welcome to Otaku Saga. I'm Zero.
I'm DK.
And I'm Rizzo, and today in Anime Reaction, we watch the 8th episode of ReLIFE. If you want to check out our reaction to the 8th episode of ReLIFE, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comment section because we love hearing from you.
As always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga. Don't forget to like and share our videos.
And
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Fuck your symmetry.
So, this time on ReLIFE.
It's a hell of an impactful story with
Honoka
and Rena.
Rena. Yep, so warning, feels ahead.
Yeah. Basically, they introduced the characters of Honoka and her childhood friends, Aki and Nobu, earlier in the series during actually the episode with the physical fitness exams. And it kind of goes back to that because I guess it wants to show the story of the volleyball club, especially since I think it's the late spring, early summer tournament is coming up. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's probably the summer tournament now that I think about it. And that's the last tournament that the third years are allowed to compete in. So it's their last
hurrah.
Last hurrah on the volleyball team. But Honoka has to take makeup exams because they just received the midterms, and the only two students apparently in the entire school who failed more than 3 makeup exams were her and Arata.
Who failed all of them.
So Arata falls back into the weekly hell of taking makeup exams. Poor bastard.
But he's starting to realize that he's getting his drive back, his motivation.
His give a damn.
Yep.
Well, it kind of goes to show that maybe the way that Anne does the handler job, does the support job, may not be all that bad. Because he did say that if he had to do it alone, he might have just ran away again. So, fuck the higher-ups. Sometimes it is better to be hands-on. I actually think that they would benefit from having a support person there who is undercover, like undercover to the
completely
subject.
Undercover. I wouldn't even let the other supporters know.
Yeah.
I'd put one person in there that just nobody actually knows except for the higher ups.
Yeah.
Just to keep tabs on everything and push a button or two.
Yeah, I think the project would benefit from a larger group rather than just one supporter and one subject.
Okay, and another thing that would be, I mean, it's obviously an experiment, right? Mm-hmm. It's a social experiment. So what would happen if someone was to go off? You know? Or what if someone was to get put into more stressful situations?
Or turn out like the mysterious subject one.
Anyway, the majority of the episode did not focus on Arata at all.
Nope.
No, actually most of his screen time was just him being an idiot. And he running gag.
And getting back into the volleyball captain,
Honoka.
And a little bit of story between Honoka and Rena. Yeah. We get to.
I think that they first met in high school.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because it did kind of show Honoka's like middle school teammates, I guess, in silhouette form. Basically screaming at her because she has talent, which is really fucking annoying. Like, really fucking annoying.
If you're gonna... I hate people who just put others down. I really do.
Yeah.
It drives me up a wall. It's like, you have to do this because... Yeah.
Whatever. It's just I find that really annoying that they're like, oh well, you're so talented, it must be nice to be fucking perfect. It's like, fucking seriously.
Right.
If you feel inferior to somebody, then fucking put in some practice.
Or do it in a more supportive way.
Yeah.
That's a much bigger thing. If you're going to actually say something like that, do it in such a way that is not demeaning. It's not bullying. Support your fellow human beings.
A public service announcement from Otaku Saga.
It's only common fucking decency. Anyway,
what kind of starts to trigger her a little bit is that she ends up having to leave practice early to study for the makeup exams, and she ends up going back to the club room because it starts raining and she thinks that there might be an umbrella in there, and she hears her current teammates doing basically the same thing, just not to her face. And then she hears somebody coming up the stairs. She hides behind the locker, and Rena is the one who came up the stairs, and she hears the teammates saying the same thing, and she just lets them have it.
And says everything that I would have loved to say.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to bitch about it, go make yourself better.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much, you say that she has so much talent. Yes, she does have a lot of talent, but she also practices for an extra probably 2-3 hours after all of you lazy bitches leave.
Yeah, she read him the riot act.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only she can do.
Yeah, and but anyway, so then it shows Honoka studying with Aki, and then so she ends up passing her makeup exams on the first try. Arata doesn't.
Running gag.
Naturally running gag.
I don't know if he's ever going to pass until like the very end of the series.
But it seems like the makeup sessions, the study sessions, did take their tolls on Honoka, because that night that afternoon during practice, she ended up blacking out.
Yeah, she blacked out and collapsed. And
caused a ball holder, ball cart to topple over, and volleyballs are rolling all over the place, which in turn caused Kairyu, who was trying to avoid them, to misstep and fall and sprain her ankle. And I said it in the episode, but what the hell, ReLIFE? What do you have against ankles?
Hell, we had just finished telling a story in the intro
Oh, yeah.
about Rizzo and his ankle. Because of another story that they told in ReLIFE.
Yeah.
But
Damn it, ReLIFE.
What the hell?
And every time I see a sprained ankle, it just brings back memories, because I've sprained my ankle so many damn times.
God, it's painful. It's so painful. But and then we had a little falling out argument deal with in the nurse's office, because Honoka wants to support Rena, but Rena feels very inferior, and because of that inferiority.
Not just that, but also Rena is very, very bad at masking her emotions. Like, really, really bad at masking her emotions. I mean, we've seen it already in this series.
But we get a huge dose of it in this episode.
she just flips. Like, absolutely flips her lid, completely unnecessary. Even if you did blame the other person for getting you hurt, there's still no call for what she said.
But I can totally understand, because a friend of mine who was more in line with Honoka's position in our diving team. He was a senior. It was the last week and a half of our swim season, and during practice, while doing a maneuver off the diving board, his foot hit the diving platform like this, and it ended up breaking a bunch of bones and really messing him up.
So this is a platform, not springboard?
Oh,
It's a springboard.
Oh, well, all right.
But
Still gonna hurt.
It was bad. There was blood all over the pool, all in the pool and stuff like that. It was horrible. But that guy, he was setting up for a college scholarship in diving. He was the captain. He was a hell of a placer. He was on his way to state. Like, state was gonna be in like 3 days, and that happened. So he wasn't able to go to state, and it was crushing. We didn't make it through state because it just the morale just
sunk.
absolutely horrible. And me attempting to stay positive, even the swim team
Just couldn't even.
Yep, it was bad.
I told her I actually had the experience myself. I actually injured my back my junior year. I was set to start on the varsity football team as a defensive lineman. But not only myself, but several other my teammates got injured so badly that we went through the first 3 strings of quarterbacks and had to start a freshman.
That year.
I mean, we were slated to go 10 plus wins on the season, deep run in the playoffs. Yeah, 3-7.
Yeah, that was
horrible.
It was bad.
But yeah, I mean, sports injuries are demoralizing as hell, and they make you angry. You know, they make a young athlete just really absolutely pissed because they put in all that work, and in a moment it all goes to naught.
Yep, and it's like I said, my buddy Frank, he was setting up for college. He was setting up for college scholarships through diving. He was setting up, his life based off of diving and based off of sports in general, because he did all sorts of sports. He was a powerful person, and all of it just done. The injuries that he sustained were debilitating to the point that he can't really play sports anymore. And that's painful.
So.
And he was.
But yeah, I mean, having experiences like that, I think that's part of the reason why this episode in particular kind of hits home for us. So.
I got like 4 more stories, but we don't have time for that.
My story that I will put in there, because of course I have one too. When I used to play semi-professional football. It's really not that big of a deal, trust me. It's not at all. But I ended up injuring my right knee and my right ankle in practice during the last week of the regular season, and I couldn't play during the playoffs either. We ended up winning the championship, but I couldn't play. Yeah, I couldn't play.
Yeah,
which really sucks.
So you were probably more in Rena's position?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it wasn't like a debilitating injury or anything. Like, there's no lingering effects from it. It did not heal by the time the playoffs were over. So, I have definitely been there before.
In that position, no less.
Yeah. So, it does make you a little bit angry. But
could have been a contender.
You just want to push. You want to press the envelope. You really want to do the best, but some accident, mistake was made, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's literally nothing you can do about it.
Well, so I got injured when I was doing, one-on-one drills. For line, actually, I should say. I was going to say offensive line, but it's an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman.
Yeah.
And, I got, basically, I ended up losing my footing and I got put into the ground. I rolled my ankle on the way down, and then I bashed my knee into a rock in the practice field. Damn. By the way, The team I was playing for, we were practicing at one of our old high school's rivals, because that's where they were renting the space to do practices and games at. So, you know, of course I ended up getting injured because of a rock in a practice field at our old high school's rivals field. And I'm just like, damn it, they come back for me again.
Why the hell you have a rock in the practice field?
But, you know, I couldn't blame the guy that I was going against, you know.
It was just...
It just happens.
Yeah.
It'll happen to the best, you know.
Well, it happens all the time. I mean, just watch ESPN for like 30 minutes. Some guy who's making $100+ million a year to play ball in some sport tweaks his ankle or something, or just one silly little thing happens, his season's done.
Well, shoot, I mean, you can look right now, as we're filming this right now, you know, NFL preseason's going on.
Oh, shit. There you go, man.
And you know, you see it on every single team. You can go look on every single team, and there's probably some story about one of their starters getting injured and being out for the season
Training camp or
like just doing training and practice.
And not everybody can be as awesome or stupid. I'm not sure which.
A bit of both, really.
But I forgot the quarterback's name for the Broncos this year.
This year?
Last year.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
That was worse.
I was about to say this year.
I can't believe
there's 3 of them.
I can't believe I forgot that. Anyway, Peyton Manning's injury that he sustained a few years back.
When he left, before he left Indianapolis.
His back injury?
His foot injury? Or was that
that was
last year?
Last year.
Yeah, playing through that just...
Plantar fasciitis ain't pleasant.
That's one thing. Yeah, plantar fasciitis. I've actually dealt with that myself recently. Actually, I was dealing with it at the same time as that season was going on.
That's right.
Yep.
It's painful to walk on, let alone trying to play. You know,
honestly,
like playing at that level, it's like, how did you even manage?
Do that.
Because I could barely walk. So, yeah.
I'm sure he pressed through his anger.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't think we're gonna.
I think the real point is that you know shit happens during practice, and you can't really blame anybody.
Yeah, it happens to the best athletes.
Literally.
So.
You know, like with that one, literally one of the greatest of all time. Yeah, and see, the season ends up basically, for him, it was one of his worst seasons ever.
There you go.
Even though they won the Super Bowl, it was, for him, his play was one of the worst seasons that he's ever had. Just because of, I think it happened during a game where he ended up, it's a tear of the, what is it? It's a tear of the muscle, I think, in the foot. Partial tear of the muscle in the foot.
Yeah, painful as hell.
It's very painful.
You can watch the Olympics stuff. That shit happened.
That French gymnast.
No, don't remind me.
Gymnastics.
Take us out, bro.
Take us out, please.
Let us know what you thought of the anime, what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you're tired of our sports rants.
That's gonna do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. I'm DK.
I'm Zero.
And I'm Rizzo.
See you next time.